Works on your liver and it kills people. So you want to watch out with the bloodborne pathogens too. That's another class to take. Some more training. And you know, there's so much of this stuff that you can sit home in your comfortable chair and get online. There's a ton of stuff out there, but stay, please, with reliable sources. Mayo Clinic has a wonderful website, and they can tell you just about anything on that thing. And they're reliable. You're getting professional advice from them. It's just not some guy who's blogging somewhere. Okay?
Well, the thing too, when you start implementing these type tools of the trade, training of the trade, little tips of the trade, believe it or not, you start to pick up things on your own. You know, I mean, it's like this little thing. If you guys started implementing these into your everyday life in certain aspects that you could, believe it or not, you're going to come up with your own scenarios. What I use these for all the time, every year during October. What's in October? Halloween. You know, can I have some of this candy? I can't see in there. I can take my flashlight, but now I can drop one of these in there, and now it's all glowed up each and every time he opens it up. So he can see as well as I can see. So when I look in there and I go, how come there's empty wrappers in here? Because I look at all their candy. I still do. He can say, oh, they gave me an empty wrapper. No. You got into it. But my point is they can see, we can see. You know, teenagers have a cruel way of doing things during Halloween to kids, you know, and that way also when you look in their bag, you're not looking at a frog or, you know, a rock or something else like that. That's just one simple idea. The other thing with these also, which is real easy, anybody go hiking, trail hiking or anything like that, camping, stuff like that, take one of these along with you, even if it's daylight. You know why? Cut that open and it drips and it glows. So now all of a sudden, as we've all been hearing lately, and I don't understand it since there's trails, too many people think that they're somebody else and can get off the trail and form their own trail and get hiking lost. At least this is going to stand out when they're going to go, okay, here's the trail, but there's some glowing object going that way. Why don't we check that way? And all because they made themselves a little marker to do. And it'll glow, like Mike said, for a long time. Plus, it's almost like paint. So something, even if it doesn't glow, is going to look odd on the ground anyway. You get what I'm saying? Other little tidbits and things like that. You know the big kid chalk that all of us, our kids write on the sidewalks and the driveways and everything like that? Put some away for yourselves. I'll give you a reason why. We all have garage doors and sidewalks and driveways in our house. Sure, a lot easier to write real big your name or the word help than it is for some 21-year-old kid who has hardly any sleep, who's been sleeping in an emergency vehicle waiting for the call to go out to find your address when it's like, do you think it's the one that says help on the driveway or on the garage door in the big letters of chalk? That's a possibility. You get what I'm saying? We don't think of it like that. Not at all. During a situation that we all live in California. What happens in California? Earthquakes. Okay? Chalk is a great way to mark a door or a hazardous area of don't go in, gas, whatever. Because you can write it on anything. You can write it on carpet. You can write it on grass. You know, not my neighbor's grass, but somebody's grass. You get what I'm saying? It's just simple little ideas that you can look at. It's the same thing with if something is odd about something. A car that you keep seeing, that you wonder, is that the same car or this and that? Chuck the tire. You know, I've done it. And the next thing I know, I see that car still following me around. You know, and then all of a sudden it turns out to be something else completely different. But I have a way of checking it. I have a way of somebody saying, hey, this guy says you're following him around. I am following him around. You know, I am doing that. You get what we're trying to say here? We're not going to keep you guys that long or whatever. One thing with the first aid deal that Mike and I are a big advocate on, all your first aid kits and everything else are great. They're fantastic. But I will tell you this. For about $40, you can get what's called the tourniquet and put that in your first aid kit, in your car and everything else. Because all you got to do is pick up your idiot box that we all have and thumb in there what goes on when a car accident, an emergency at home, down to the kid cutting his leg going around the corner of the coffee table. If we get an open wound on our arm area, hand area, feet, legs, or anything else, you can bleed out faster than you can if you got shot. And all these do is stop. That's it. it stops it. You're gonna have somebody scream and tell you to take it off and everything else, but here's the other way to look at it. What if somebody's not there to help you guys? Tourniquets, certain ones, like the ones we carry, they're self-applied. You can put them on. You can do it, you know? And it doesn't take a rocket science to understand and to learn it. I think my life's worth more than $40, and that's about what they cost. You know, there's all kinds of them out on the market. Some of them you gotta look at, but it's something simple that